For reading part, I will start with a quick overview of its core design, then move into the critical analysis, which is the main focus of my presentation, using Cambridge IELTS 20 Test 2 as our sample material. To start with the basics, IELTS academic reading is a 60-minute closed book test with 3 passages and 40 total questions, delivered either on paper or computer in secure official test centers. Its core intended purpose is to assess whether non-native English speakers have the academic reading skills required for English medium university study. As you can see on the slide, our selected sample perfectly reflects its standard design, with 3 progressive difficulty passages covering all core question types and the sub-skills the test claims to measure, from scanning for specific details to identifying a writer's critical stance. Now, moving to the critical analysis, starting with construct validity and representation, the foundation of any standardized test. On the positive side, IELTS reading has robust construct validity. Cambridge Assessment English has published decades of peer-reviewed validation research proving the skills tested here directly align with the real reading demands of undergraduate and postgraduate study. That said, there are clear limitations. Its over-reliance on discrete, single-answer questions fails to assess the deep critical engagement with long academic texts that is central to postgraduate level work. There is also a clear gap in construct representation. The test includes no intertextual reading tasks, even though synthesizing ideas across multiple sources is a non-negotiable skill for postgraduate research, meaning it does not fully cover the construct it claims to measure. Next, let's look at reliability, fairness, and watchback effect. For reliability, the test has exceptional score consistency. It's 100% machine marked with no human rate of variability, eliminating inter- and intra-rater reliability issues entirely. The only downside is the lack of partial credit, which means it cannot capture nuance in a test taker's partial comprehension of a text. On fairness, IELTS has strong global standards with carefully balanced topics and comprehensive official accommodations for test takers with special needs, from extra time to modified test formats. However, our sample highlights a potential cultural bias. The third passage about baseball robo-umpires gives an implicit advantage to test takers familiar with the sport, while putting those from non-North American backgrounds at a slight disadvantage, even with all answers contained in the text. For watchback, the test has driven positive, structured academic reading teaching worldwide, but it also has significant negative watchback. Many teachers and students prioritize memorizing test-taking tricks over building genuine long-term reading proficiency. Finally, on transparency and test misuse, IELTS has strong transparency with all test specifications, sample materials, and validation findings publicly available. However, a common misuse is universities over-relying on reading band scores as a proxy for overall academic ability, far beyond the test's intended purpose. To conclude, IELTS academic reading is a robust, well-designed, standardized test but has clear limitations in assessing deep postgraduate level reading skills, with notable negative watchback and language learning. That's all from me. Let's move on to the next part.